Cal from Cal's Crafts. Welcome back if you've been before. And hi, this is your first time. This is my video where I tell you all about what's been happening in the Withington household. It's my whip and chat, and whip is work in progress and chat is obviously having a good old natter with you lot. I've got my candle, my Yankee candle that the girls got me for Mother's Day, Jasmine, for anybody that needs prayers, thoughts, positivity. Oh, I had this candle burning most of yesterday. It's absolutely gorgeous and it's not overpowering. You know, jasmine can be quite a strong smell, but it's nice, subtle smell. So I've got my Gemini from Diamond Art Club, and this is a Mandy Manzano, and this is my first ever Mandy Manzano that I've ever worked on. So we've got this out for my Anything Mermaid Along challenge that I've got going at the moment. So this is what I've chose for my diamond painting. I've just had this in, and everybody might recognise that symbol. It's my new shiny shadow tray. So let's have a look. Oh, bubble wrap, lovely. So we have a sticker, so that can go on there. And then look, how pretty is that? Some spickly sparklies and a beautiful butterfly. Isn't it beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. Because I've cracked my other one, haven't I? So yeah, so I got myself a new one. Any excuse to get a new one. But yeah, these are really hard to get by as well, because as soon as she puts them out, she sells out straight away. So, and then I've got my Harbour Freight. So if anybody doesn't know what Gemini, oh, let me get in. That is Gemini. So isn't it beautiful? I like the way that she's done. Her tail matches her hair and her tail matches her hair. So the twins are coordinated. Yeah, so we've got that. So I've got my two Harbour Freights on that. I've got my Diamond Art Club pen that I got because I'm working on a diamond art. So I thought, well, I'll use my Diamond Art Club. But I have got my other pens up there. I've got my other two trays that I like to use as well. I've got my cup of tea my hubby just made me. And we're ready to start. Right, she says. Oh, and I got my Turkey Awesome. I was going to swap these over, but I forgot. Right. I thought I cut these. Have I not cut them? Well, it's that way I cut it. Did I cut it that way? Yeah, I cut it that way. I was going to say, I'm sure I cut it. Where is it stuck on there? That's it. Playing little awkward little bugger today for some unknown reason. Come on, totally turtle. Totally awesome. Totally awesome. Oh, you know what I mean. Right, so we've not worked on it since my live last week, but that's fine. We don't care, do we? So I don't know where that one should be, so I'm going to take it off. I've got little, that's my tray for putting all my odds and sods rubbish ones in, or stragglers, and I always keep my any wax I put, any wax I take out and the pens, I put it in there. Now you will hear comings and goings because the kids are obviously home. Josh is not here, he's taking his car to Hereford. He's got to have something done, an engine light of some sorts coming on and off, and he had a diagnostic test done on it in the week. His friend's car went in the garage in Hereford, and Joshua had to follow him in case this car wasn't ready to bring back, but something or the other. But they did diagnostic tests very kindly for nothing on Joshua's because his light was being flashing. So it said what the problem was, which turned out to be something that they specialise in as well. And Joshua knows the garage, so he's taken that today to have that done and fixed. So it's quiet, so he was out of the house by just gone 7. Jess is upstairs. Middy's in the front room, so you can hear Jessie moving around. So I don't know whether she's actually getting out of her pyjamas or what. That's the dog barking at whatever she's barking at outside. Grant's outside taking some photos of his spoons and stuff. I tell you what, his photos well, I told him we've transferring them into photos because they're a masterpiece in themselves, these photos that he takes. He's so clever. The backdrops, and then he puts, like, he's got this vase thing he got from France, and what did he use? Cherry blossom last week, and he's using, oh god, something, blackthorn, is it? Blossom? Something like that today, because he's got the same spoon made out of the wood or something. But yeah, so he's out there, he's in his element out there, either carving or taking photos of his carvings and doing all the, making it look all pretty. But he has got an eye for it. So he's out there, and the dog's just in and out. I am on why, aren't I? Yeah. I've been, you know, doing the usual washing, drying, washing up. Why is it washing up never ends? I so wish I had a dishwasher. I've washed up, it's only, what, 25 past 11 in the morning. And I've done 2 lots of washing up already, and I mean a full bowl full. And I've got another load there now of containers, because we had Chinese last night. So whatever Chinese is left over, they all have it for their breakfast. I don't know how they do it, because I couldn't do it. But so I've got all the empty pots now on the side for them to be washed up. And does anybody think of washing them up? No. Just put them on the side, Mum will do it. Yeah, so I've got all them to do. My washing up bowl always seems to be bloody full. So what's been going on? Well, we had a censor forms through this week, so I filled that in and sent it off the same day, because I said I don't want a £1,000 fine for not filling that in. So as soon as it came in, I filled it in and sent it off. Me and the dog went and posted it, because we've got a post box on the end of our estate. So I said, if I do it straight away, then I won't forget, because if I put it to one side, I'll just totally forget about it. I know my lucky out will get a £1,000 fine, and we can't afford that. So yeah, I filled that in, so let the government know all that they need to know. So that was done. Some of it, like, because Millie's 16, but she hasn't taken exams yet. They want to know what exam qualifications she's got, because she's 16. So I had to write on there, she hasn't taken them yet, and it's COVID. So she's not taking exams as such. She's just had some assessments, because she's had masses and masses of assessment, big assessments, which are like miniature exams. English, she's just had 3 A stars back. So, and then her Welsh back presentation that they had to do, she got distinction, which is the highest you can get on that. So she's doing really well, so she was pleased, because she went back to school for 2 full days this week, and then she's got 3 full days next week. Then hopefully after Easter, all being well, they go back full time. And she's loved being back in school. She said it's, you know, nice to get back into the routine of learning properly. And then Jessie had 2.5 hours yesterday morning. And she has, I think it's next Thursday afternoon, she has a 2.5 hour session as well. And hers is for well-being or something, discuss going through all her lessons, and because she's got to choose her options. So they've just had the poll out for him to choose to see what everybody wants to do, and then they'll put them into their groups. And then Jessie said she wants to do history, geography, RE, and there was another one, something development, but I can't remember what that is. But if she can, she wants to do history, geography and full RE, because she's interested in all that. She likes to know all about all the different cultures and different things like that. So I said all 3 of them will tie in well. So she's done that. I don't know where that one came from. But yeah, she said it was all right going back to school, but she's the type that she'd rather be in school learning, because she said you go into a classroom, you do what you got to do, you come home, do your homework, that's it. But when you're on doing it from home, like she says, there's no separation from the two. So she's quite happy. So hopefully, yeah, they'll all be back after Easter. That's if we don't, well, that's if we, I don't even know if we're going to come, when we're going to come out of a lockdown yet. So they're talking now that there might be a third wave. So, oh, I don't know. Giving up trying to think about it. I said to Grant, it's just no good even thinking that we're going to come out of it at this rate. Because I said every time you get your hopes up, they go, oh, no, we'll just do another 2-3 weeks and then we'll have another meeting and we'll have another 2-3 weeks. But yeah, I feel so sorry for the shop owners. Josh was saying that, because it's only a small town, but the gym owner, he's in £50,000 of debt already because he hires his gym equipment. And of course he rents the building, and of course they still all want their money. Yeah, between the two lockdowns, he's 50 grand in debt already and growing. And he said at this rate, you'll just have to declare bankruptcy. And it was thriving, and I mean, it was really, really thriving when we were out of lockdown. I feel so sorry for him. Because it was something that was desperately needed here. And he did all sorts of classes and stuff there. But yeah. And there's a few small businesses I've heard that might have to go under because they're just getting in so much debt. And there doesn't seem to be an end to it. But hey ho. But they are talking that non-essential shops might be open on Monday. But we'll see. I'm not getting my hopes up. I just want our little wool and craft shop thing. Well, it's not, it sells material wool. A few crafty little tiny bits, but I just like going in there. It's only the size. It's only probably about 7 foot by 7 foot shop. You know, it ain't very big, but I don't even know if it's that big. But it's just nice that it's there. That if you want a bit of cotton, or you want a bit of material, or you want a bit of wool, you know, you can pop there. But we'll see. Cats had their new flea collars, and the dog today, I bought them Bayer Serestro, is that how they're called? You put them on, they're like a grey collar, and they fleas, ticks and larvae and all that. 8 months it lasts for, and they're brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They have no reaction to them, because when I was doing the drops on the back of the neck, all 3 of them were having reactions, and I tried tablets. The tablets just didn't work at all. So since I've been doing these collars, and I think they're £33, £34 each, something like that, which I don't think is bad for 8 months, complete guarantee that they're not going to have any fleas or anything, or they're not going to have any fleas or ticks or anything. It's not going to get them. So they were done. Well, Millie did the dog and the one cat, and then Jessie did the other cat this morning for me, because I've been trying to do it all week and never seem to get round to doing it. So they volunteered, so I said carry on. Where's that one from there? I said carry on girls, that's fine by me. So much easier when they give a helping hand, as they say. So yeah, so they've all got there, so they might be a bit sleepy. The first day it goes on, sometimes it can make them sleepy. But yeah, as if it's going to make much difference to the cats who are always sleeping. So they've gone up into Joshua's room because he's not there. So they've couched on his bed. And the dog's just pestering Millie with her new ball. It was her birthday Wednesday. She was 6, and of course I couldn't give her no treats, no nothing. So I just bought her a new ball, which was as cheap as chips because it was only £1. And there's no point buying her raggers and things like that because she doesn't bother with them. They end up just going in her trug of toys. So the only thing that she really likes is these pound balls. They've got a squeaker in them, and she absolutely, they've got like a smiley face on them, and she loves them to bits. So I said to Grant, well, I might as well just get them. I'm not getting something just for the sake of getting it. So she's in her element now. So she's got about 5 of them around the place. So she's booby traps all the doors with them. Because if you squeak a ball, you got to throw a ball. That's the rules, she says in this house. It's quite funny. But yeah, 6. We had a hell of a scare with her last night. Oh my bloody God, did we have a... Well, I had a hell of a scare. I was on... whose live was on? Crystal's live last night, which would have been your afternoon or evening. Early evening would have been. And she was sat under my chair, cowering. And I said, what the hell is wrong with you? And she was just cowering and whimpering under the chair and a little bit shaky. So I got up and took her to Grant. And then 5 minutes later, he shouted at me, he said, come look, you better come and check this out. So I went and seen her. She was shaking and shaking and shaking and whimpering away and shaking and whimpering. And I said, oh my bloody God. And because she's had that pancreatitis flare last weekend, so bad, and she hasn't recovered fully from it, I said, oh my God, is it leaking? Is the pancreas leaking? Is, you know, something happened there? And all these things are going through my mind. So I thought, well, I've got insurance and it covers 24-hour vet that you can call and talk to. So I called them, and then I put the phone to the dog so they could listen to her whimpering, and they said, well, she sounds as if she's, you know, really in discomfort. So she doesn't sound very good. She said it could be nothing, but because she's got pancreatitis anyway, she should be checked out. She should ring your vet and go from there. So I thought, well, at least I'm covered. So I said to him, he said, no, look, let me take her for a walk. He said, just see how she is. He said, maybe she's got stomachache or something like that. So I said, oh, and I'm nearly crying. I'm worried. She's shaking and crying, and she's my baby. So he took her out for a walk. He come back and he said she was perfectly normal out there. She stopped shaking. She stopped whimpering. He said she was just a normal, happy self. Her tail was wagging. He said she was sniffing and weeing everywhere. He said, you know, it was like normal. And then looked down, she started shaking again. He said, she's done none of this outside. Well, I was doing Millie's hot water bottles. And she was trying to get behind my legs, cowering behind my legs, shaking, whimpering. I said, what the hell is going on? I said, what's the matter? And I said, it's got to be something here that's it's triggering something. And with that, we had beep. Grant said, oh, what's that? And I said, oh, that's a fire alarm. I said, the battery's gone on it. It must be going on it. I said, it's been beeping since about 7 o'clock. He said, what time did she start acting funny? I said, oh, about 7:10. And Grant had fallen asleep about 10 to 7 on the settee, as usual. So he was oblivious to any of it. I said, I can't get up and do anything with it. I said, I haven't got a battery till the morning anyway. So he said, I wonder if it's that. Maybe it's the frequency or something that's annoying her or upsetting her. And I said, well, surely not. He says, well, it might be. Well, he got it down and she was glaring at him. And I mean, glaring at him as he was getting it and shaking and whatever. So he got it down, took the battery out. She stopped shaking. She was a little bit whimpery. So he took her in the... Oh, that one can go on there. Took her in the front room. Within 10 minutes, she was back to normal. So I said, I'm going to look this up. So I looked it up, and by God, I was shocked. It said that dogs, it's not the fire alarm. He said that'll upset them, but it's when the battery runs out and it's got that high frequency beep. And there must be a frequency in between the beeps that they can hear. And apparently it drives dogs insane, and they can wet themselves, soil themselves, they can go into fits, all sorts. I thought, oh my bloody God. Oh, I felt so bad then. Poor little thing. I said to Grant, I said, well, that's it. If ever that happens again, I said, you gotta get up, get it, take it apart straight away. I said, no. I mean, we're usually pretty good and change the batteries before it gets to that stage, but obviously this one hasn't lasted as long. But yeah, oh, she did. And I think I put on Crystal's thing, gotta go, sorry, dog's really ill or something. I'm just oh yeah, I felt, you know when you feel sick to the stomach. She's my baby. She's my baby. And then, poor little thing this morning, we've run out of crepitishini, which to anybody who doesn't know what crepitishini is, that's her chicken. Because she has chicken and rice for her breakfast. And I ran out yesterday. And because I haven't been well, so I haven't got any. So she's not happy that she's got no crepitishini. She's only got her kibble. And like, she doesn't like kibble at the best of times, but it's got all the vitamins and minerals in it, so she's got to have it. But she did eat it this morning because that was literally all she got. It was either eat that or starve. Your choice, dog. But she has ate it. Bless her. Yeah, so she gave us a bit of a thing. Oh, I got another candle this morning as well in the post. My husband had bought me another peony one that I showed you the other week that had run out. So for Mother's Day, he'd ordered a peony one, but it's taken till now. They only live about 3/4 of an hour away from us, and it's taken nearly a week to get here. But I got it, and it smells divine. So I've put that. So I've asked Grant now to make me a shelf up that way, sort of that way, up on the wall, so I can put all my candles up on a shelf because they're spread out everywhere at the moment. Anywhere there's a small gap, a candle's been stuck. So we found a rustic piece of wood out the back. So he's going to sand that back, and he's got some really ornate brackets at work. So they need a good damn clean. Millie's had 2 for her shed, and they're beautiful. So he said, I'll get 2 of those, clean them down, clean this board down, put that up. He said, that'll look really nice. So he said, I can't get them till I go back to work. I said, well, I know that. We ain't going to make a special journey to Hereford to get them. But I said, it will show off my candles, beautiful. So I'm looking forward to that. So I said, I can just look at the shelf and decide, yep, that's the one I want. I'm going to have that one today. That's the dog you can hear, and Grant out in the hallway, moving around. That's saying Jessie's upstairs going up and down on the floorboards. This house makes so many noises, it's unreal. But yeah, with the new flooring, you can hear them walking up and down that as well. Clonk, 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 clonk. Back and forth, back and forth. Drives me insane sometimes. But hey ho. You know, some noises just get on your nerves. That's gone quiet now, see? Oh, Dad got to see Mum this week. And when I mean see her properly, not with a screen in front of him or out in the garden. He got to actually, he's the designated person that can now go in and see her, and he got to hold her hand. And he was devastated because she didn't really know who he was. She knew he was familiar. Oh, can you hear Millie? I'm so sorry. That's Millie shouting about something. Yeah, he couldn't see her. She didn't know who he was. And he thought that she would recognise him instantly. And I said, well, she hasn't really seen you for a year. And the dementia's so bad, bless her. But he said she let him hold her hand. He had to have like the mask and the gear on. She let him hold his hand. I said, well, she obviously recognised that you're somebody that she trusts to do that. Because I said, there's no way on earth she'd hold your hand if she didn't want to. But he said, no conversation. It was like my sister. When I phoned her for Mother's Day on Sunday, it was like when I phoned my sister. You just get, and that's it. If you're lucky, you might get a, yeah, and you don't get anything else. When I phoned my mum on Sunday, that's all I got. Nothing else. It did break my heart a little bit because I'd phoned my sister the day before, and then I phoned my mum, and it was just exactly the same. But I suppose, as Grant said, they've both got dementia, so you know it's going to be similar. But I tried to prepare Dad in a gentle way that she might be like that, but I think he just got his hopes up. So he got about 40 minutes with him. That's all they're doing at the moment. I'm just going to see how it goes. Why just 40 minutes? I don't know, because once they're in, they should, because they go in their rooms. They don't walk around the premises. But maybe they're just testing the water and see how it goes for the first week. So I said he needs to ring now. He said, oh, you can ring. I said, you've got to ring because you're the designated person. And I said, I don't know your calendar, what appointments you got and what you want to do and what time suits you. I said, you're 82. I said, oh, is he 83? No, he's 83. Or is he 82? I can't remember. 80 something. And I said, you're a grown man. You can phone up yourself. Okay. Because he'd let me do everything for him. Because Mum used to do everything for him. And I said, you know, some things you've got to do yourself. So I said, phone him up and you might get to see him get to go and see Mum again this next week. So I don't know whether he has. I forgot to ask him. Bet he's forgotten. Yeah, but I said, you know, he phoned me when he got out and he was sobbing, bless him. And I said, look, she might not know who you are, but you know who she is, and you know that you've been in there and you've been talking to her. You told her you love her and you've held her hand, I said, and she will remember that feeling of you holding her hand. And I said, and then she'll be smiling because she'll know that that's a comforting, that somebody that she loves has been there. She might not remember it was you, but she will know. So he said, oh yeah, I suppose. I said, no, suppose. I said, it's right. You know, she'll remember that feeling of feeling, you know, safe and with somebody that she loves. So he was all right then. So he went and got himself a takeaway coffee from one of the garages and went and sat in a lay-by and composed himself and just sat and reflected and stuff. And I said, there you go. It must be hard for him now. I can't imagine the pain that he's going through when he sees her. You know, 60 odd years, well, 62 years they've been together. You know, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're parted through no fault of either of yours. So I said, hopefully by the summer, I said, things will have vastly improved. And I said, there'll be like little garden parties and things that they have. I said, and you'll be able to go and sit in the garden for hours. And I said, you know, things are going to start to improve now. I said, everybody's having their vaccines and, you know, there's light at the end of the tunnel now. I said, you're just going to keep thinking positive now. So, yes, bless him. But I'm so happy he got to see her. He was so desperate to see her, bless him. I mean, I want to see her, but I could cope. Do you know what I mean? I can wait. Let me put them in there. That's it. Got all the sevens? Yeah, so that's that. No wonder they're all falling out. I'm making right pigs here with this. I've got a proper tray and I'm sticking them in there. I don't know. All over the place today. Come on out. Yeah, so that was that. I just tell you what, Millie hurt her bloody back. So we were at the hospital Wednesday or Thursday. No, it must have been Wednesday before she went back to school on Thursday. Beginning of, was it Sunday? Sunday evening, I think it was, or Monday. Either Sunday evening or Monday morning, I can't remember. It all blends into one, doesn't it? She went in our bedroom. My door is like on a carpet and it's really stiff to pull. And she pulled it and it's like really heavy to pull. And as she pulled it, it stopped. And she spun round, twisted and did something to her back. She heard these 3 clicking noises. And was in things. So I just, you know, the old hot and cold thing, tablets, ibuprofen, all that junk and malarkey and all that. So I did all that But every day she was just getting worse and worse and worse, and I thought, oh God, maybe she has done something, I better get it checked out. So I phoned the doctors. They said no, phone minor injuries. So I phoned them, so I explained what had happened. They said no, we need to see her, make sure that you know what's going on. So I took her up there. I mean, I knew it wasn't broken or anything like that, or you know, anything serious, because she had no pins and needles anywhere. So they did the thorough examination. She said what she'd done, she said, which is really painful, and unfortunately it gets really painful over 4 or 5 days, and gets to sort of 5-6 days and it peaks, and then it should start to ease. She's near the bottom of her spine, where the spine is there, you have fibres that are attached like that to the each disc like this. And what she's done, when she pulled the door, her spine's gone one way and then the muscle's gone that, and all these, the noises she was hearing was these ripping off her spine. Yeah, not nice. So she said no wonder she's in a lot of pain. So she's going to have anti-inflammatories, paracetamols, you know, ibuprofen. I've got like Tiger Balm stuff, which is a muscle relaxant thing on her, and hot water bottles, and yeah, bless her, she has been in some pain. But yesterday she wasn't too bad, but she went out last night walking with her friends to do a photo shoot for their art project or something, and this morning her back's really killing her. So I said, you've just probably overdone it, because you've got to walk a bit, rest a bit, walk a bit, rest a bit, you know, you've got to keep moving but also rest it in between. So I said you may have just overdone it a little bit and just twigged it again. So I've got a hot water bottle on her back now and some painkillers. But I said to Millie, you don't do things by bloody half, do you? She follows me that way. She can't do things simple, you know. She's going to do it, she's going to do a proper job. Bless her. But yeah, I hate seeing the kids in pain. I said I'd take it off you in this. And she said, Mum, you're in pain all the time, you don't want this on top. I said I would if it meant you didn't have to have it, babe. I said I would have it in an instant. I said all mums are the same. I said we don't like seeing our babies in pain. I said, and if there's a chance that we can take it away for you, I said we grab it with both hands. But yeah, so I said so you can walk around, rest, walk around, rest. So she's doing Baby Yoda. Don't ask me what its name is because I can't remember. Grow, yeah, that one. She is loving that cross stitch. Oh my God, Danielle, if you're listening, thank you so much. And Pippa, thank you so much for steering her in that direction. She smiles from ear to ear every time she gets it out. She is smiling, bless her. It's so nice to see. So she's put her hands one on the back burner. She said, I will do it, Mum, but I'll just be doing, you know, the odd stitch here and there because it's on black. It is hard going. She said, but I want to do this one. Is that all right? I said, don't say to me, Mel, because I've got ones in my whip pile. I said that I started over a year ago and did some, and it's still sat there. So I said, you just got to work on what you feel like working on. And I think because she made that project bag herself, and it can fit the 11 by 11 hand one, and it fits on top. Now she's put the 11 by 8 in there. She said, oh Mum, look at my bag. She said it fits all this in really nice. And she said it's not bulky or anything. I said, there you go then. She said, you should be proud of what you made. She said, I am. I said, well, there you go. So yeah, so she's sat in there stitching a bit of the babber, as I say on there. Yeah, so me and the sewing machine have had a bit of a fallout. I'm not speaking to it at the moment. Bloody thing. It decided to have a little bit of a hiccup on me. And I did text Trees and she tried to talk me through it, but I lost my rag with it, so it all got put away. And I was doing really good on it as well. So And I haven't been in the right frame of mind, but I might see if we can make up to this afternoon if I feel better. I think I'll change the needle and stuff and see if that helps. But yeah, so production of my project bags has been on hold the last few days since we've had a fallout. I know, I'm like a kid. But yeah, I did fall out with it. There was a bit of effing and cussing and yeah, effing and jeffing, as they say, with the blooming thing. With trouble with me, because I know I don't mean it in a derogative mind to myself, but I'm not very bright. If somebody comes and shows me what to do, I'll pick it up instantly. Not a problem. I'm bright that way. I'm a practical person. I can pick things up. But I'm not bright in things that I can always work things out. And I've read the instructions and I've watched videos and stuff like that. And I can't, I need somebody to be here and show on my machine on what's wrong with my thing. Do you know what I mean? Because what's wrong is not what's on the videos and in the booklets, and similar but not the same. So it's going to take me a lot longer. But thanks to Tree, she's very patient with me. She's very good with me. And I forget that she's in work when I'm texting her. So again, Trees, I'm really sorry. You know, because of the time zone. I'm working on it and I forget and I get frustrated, and then I text her, and then I think after, when I come off, I think, oh shit, she's being work and I'm pestering her. But she's always good. She is very good. She's very patient with me. Probably thinks she's got an extra child when I'm on there, mithering her and getting in a fret with it all. But I am enjoying sewing. I think this is why I got in a fret, because I was really, really enjoying my little self. You know, working out the sizes of the bags and the materials and how I was going to do stuff, how I was going to put it together, and you know, when I've altered stuff, is it going to work? And then, as I say, we had this little fallout, and I was a bit like a child. Right, if you're not going to play nice, I'm not going to play with you. You can go back in your bloody cupboard. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how we are this afternoon. But I have cut out some more fabric. So I didn't make it, you know, I didn't do nothing. I did cut out some fabric. And so I, you know, cut out the fabric and the fleece and the vinyl and all that sort of stuff, ready to make some different ones. So that when I do make up with it, hopefully production can start again, as they say. See, I'm good at giving other people advice, but I'm no good at giving myself advice on stuff. But I think we're all a bit guilty of that, aren't we? Yeah, but I'm chuffed with what I've done so far. I like them a lot. Oh, no word to take then. Yeah, so that may be my project after dinner. I'm not sure whether I want to go shopping, but there's not a lot of food in the cupboards, and I don't think anybody else is going to volunteer to go. Somehow they'd all rather say that their answer to us, oh, there's no food in the cupboard. Oh, it's all right, I don't really want anything anyway. And I said, there is other people in the house that might want something. And he's like, oh well. So then I feel guilty and then I'll end up going out. But I really don't want to. Oh, that's one of the cats crying. She wants to come in for food. That's the what's it called one? Bipolar. She thinks she should be fed her sweets all day and every day. Don't you? Yeah. Oh, I don't know if anybody else's husband does this, right? These. Right? My cross stitches is really sharp. So what are they used for? Just to cut threads, nothing else, no paper, no nothing. Do you know what I caught him doing? Cleaning his pig nails out with them. I was not happy, Chicky. And I was just about to bollock him, and I thought I can't bollock him because he bought them. And Millie was shaking her head saying, Mum, don't say nothing, because she knew if I started I don't think I was sorry. I was so angry with him. But using my scissors to clean his bloody nails. He wouldn't abuse his tools. He says, oh, I'm only cleaning my nails out, it's not going to harm the tips, is it? Yes, it makes them blunt. Why are you doing it? But, oh, because they're there. I said, no, they're in, like I keep them. They're there, because I'm always using them. So they're in my little thing that I put the strands in. So the point is protected. But because they're by the laptop in easy reach, isn't it? You grab them. Now I've got an old pair that you could willingly use in the pot right by the side of them. But no, because they're not really, really sharp, pointy. Like, really? Really? Can you tell I was cross? What time are we on, guys? Oh, we've got to 40 minutes. That's not bad for me, is it? Oh, my friend Sarita gave her mum the... do you remember I was saying that my friend's mum was really, really poorly. She's having a load of treatment. She's had a stroke as well, so one side is very weak. And diamond painting was recommended to her to help her. And of course my friend Sarita said, yeah, Mum, yeah, I know just the person that can help you. And I put a kits together. A small 20 by 20. I think the next one up was 25 by 35, and then I give her the Diamond Art Club Cats one, which was the square. So she had 2 circles to start with, round, and then a square. And I gave her one of my diamond painting pens, you know, a nice one with a 3 and a single place on. And I filled them with wax and gave her some more wax, and I gave her some of my trays and some of my good baggies. So she gave her mum this week. Oh, and her mum was over the moon. So I said to her, because she's got problems with her vision as well, and I said to her, tell her not to worry. If she can't focus, you can get magnifying glasses that you can put on, and we'll sort it out. Just let me know, and I'll show you what you can get and what you can use and what equipment's better if she can't lean over, you know, about getting an easel and stuff. And of course my Sarita came, she said, oh, let me pay you for it. I said, no, you're bloody not. I said, you're my best friend. I said, even if you weren't, I said, I would not accept anything. I said, your mum's poorly, and she said she's going to have this for life. I said, you know, and it's very serious, it could kill her. I said, and if this gives her a bit of enjoyment, a bit of release, a bit of me time, I said, that's the least I can do is give her these. I said, put them in your bag and shut up. But yes, I'm pleased her mum likes them. So as I said to you, I've made her, told her to come on Mermaid Crafts page as well, so she can have a look at what everybody's doing, you know, and it's a small enough group. So she can come on and look at all the different mermaid things that people are doing. And I put her on my Cal Withington Facebook page, and tried to come onto YouTube, and then she'll hear me mentioning people and see their names on Facebook, and she can go and watch them, and hopefully it'll give a little bit of comfort to her, I'm hoping. You know, because everybody needs a little something, don't they, to take their mind off stuff. And I was saying to my friend, I said, there's, you know, I said, the people that are in my sort of ring of YouTube, in my group sort of thing, or circle, that's the word, of friends on YouTube. I said, we've all got underlying health problems, or with somebody that's got underlying health problems, you know. So I said, it's quite nice because we'll all talk and we're all friendly, and I said, it's lovely. And then I said to her, tell your mum on a Sunday night if she's bored to come on my live. So she hasn't got to speak, she hasn't got to get involved. I said, but she can put it on and just listen to me yabbering on, I said, but read the chat as well, and then she'll feel like she's got a bit of company, you know, because her husband's needs a lot of help as well, so they're having to get carers in for him. So she's got it pretty hard, bless her. But I said it's time now. She's always been the carer, but it's time now that she had people in to care for her, which is a hard thing to do when you've always been the carer, to realise that you need caring for as well. So I'm hoping this diamond painting, you know, and I said to, you know, tell her it doesn't matter if it's not perfect, it doesn't need to be. The only thing that needs to be is that she takes comfort out of picking up a diamond, sticking it on the canvas. It doesn't matter if it's offline or a bit winky wonky, don't matter. And she said, oh, can I give him as gifts and things? And she of course, so we said, yeah, that's what Caroline does. She's given out quite a few of hers as gifts and things. She said, and that would be nice, Mum, you could make it for, you know, us and the grandkids for Christmas or birthday or whatever. So I thought that gave her a bit of a lift as well. Oi, do you mind? That's my door. Can you hear her? Because I won't get up and give her some treats. So that's probably my cue to let you lot go, isn't it? Seeing as we've got Pussycat scratching at the door. So I hope you've enjoyed the 40 minutes of a little catch up on Cal's home life and what's been going on in the Withington household this week. And if you hear some cussing and jeffing and whatever this afternoon, you know that's me and the sewing machine falling out yet again. But hopefully not. So with that, if you'd like to leave a comment in the chat, you know the thing down below. I always like to hear off everybody, or if you're too shy to put it down below, contact me on any of the social media and I'll have a chat that way. My Happy Mail and my Patreon things are down below. If you want to have a nose. Cat's looking at me saying, come on, Mum, stop yakking, come on. And if you haven't subscribed and you fancy staying and seeing what happens on my channel, because I do loads of different things, you're more than welcome. There's a little subscribe button down below, and also a notification bell by the side that will let you know when I go live, which is on a Sunday, and when I upload a video, which is a few times a week. And all that's left for me to say is look after yourselves, take care, and most importantly, stay safe. Love you all. Bye.